I'm William Nozak, and in this module, I'm covering how people search. So why do you need to understand how people search the internet? Back in Google's early days, all you needed to do to rank high in the SERPs was to stuff keywords into the content. Those days are long gone, don't do that. And get as many backlinks from any source, shady or not, right? That black hat backlinking thing that we went through. Don't do those things. Those aren't gonna help you. In fact, they'll probably hurt you. Now, black hat SEO can get your site penalized by Google. Black hat is kind of weird, and there's some gray hat. Of course, we wanna always try to be white hat. But, and there's two types of penalties, algorithmic and manual. And so back in the day, a lot of these sites that were doing black hat SEO, they were receiving manual penalties. Google is really good about building things into automation, building it into their algorithm. So really what you'll likely see more often than not is like a manual penalty. Your traffic just keeps getting crushed every time Google does some type of update. Google uses various algorithms to rank content. To rank high, you must understand how to optimize content to satisfy Google and the user's search intent. It's both, it's bots and users. So how people search, the meaning of user intent, the concept of do, no, go, the user journey, and who gets clicked on, the meaning of user intent. For Google to return relevant results to a user's query, it must first understand what information the user is after. That's the user's intent. So what's the intent behind their query? Are they trying to get information? Are they trying to find a place to go to? Are they trying to make a transaction? Are they trying to research it, to DIY it? The algorithm is slowly being built up to understand these things on how people use language and what that means for what they need in a search result. So this can segment user into two different search goals. The user is looking for information that relates to a keyword, and the user is looking for generalized information about a topic. Top of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, right? Where are we at in this process? So from there, user intent can be grouped by how specific or how exhaustive the searcher is. A specific user will have a narrow search intent. Maybe it might be a long keyword. I need to get this right now in Tulsa. I need to get this thing right now in Tulsa, right? This is a narrow search intent. It really is pretty obvious of what I'm looking for. While an exhaustive user has a wider scope around a certain topic. So we're gonna look at these things through do, no, go. The other way we talk about these is transactional, informational, and navigational. So with a do transaction, the user is looking to achieve a specific action. We like to say these are at the bottom of the funnel. They know what they want. They're oftentimes longer tail. They're more specific. People are ready to buy in the transaction. A lot of e-commerces pick up good traffic this way, but even a lead gen website is gonna get a ton of bottom of the funnel transactional queries. Hey, please call me back. I'm interested in your service, or a phone call. Otherwise known as informational queries. A no query is when the user wants to learn about a specific subject. This is where we live and make our bread and butter. We like to work with these mental triggers: expertise, authority, trust. Like these are mental triggers that cause people to buy from you. Whenever you create informational content in the form of blogs and pages, it allows you to rank higher in Google. People read your content, they see, oh wow, this guy's really sharing a lot of knowledge, and then they turn around when they're ready to buy and they see you again at the bottom of the funnel in a transactional query and they buy from you. Informational queries are extremely important. It's a great way to build authority and trust. It's a great way to get thought leadership. And this is really our inbound marketing strategy, where we've written enough content, right? We look at the whole macro category that our website or our company exists in. And then we categorize it by the topics of things that people look at: price, product, differences, what industry it's best served for, what product is best for my industry. These might be categories. We can splice those categories down into blog posts, pages, and make sure that we don't write things that cannibalize and just cover everything. And then internally link to horizontal pieces, and then vertically link to pieces that are upstream or even downstream to the bottom of the funnel. And usually upstream would be closer to the funnel because we're saying, hey, this is more hierarchical, go here so that you can get into my funnel. When a user does a go or a navigational query, it's really looking for an address, looking for a phone number. These are bottom of the funnel. They're trying to go to your store to make a purchase. Again, very good. So the user journey might look something like this. User's first search, pros, cons of ASICS shoes, all right? They ran with somebody that wears ASICS shoes. They kind of want to start their research, so they click the top results. This is an informational query. This is top of the funnel. This is the research phase. Expertise, authority, and trust. The strength of your website, the quality of your content is gonna affect whether or not you're here in this informational query. So then the searcher goes back to Google. They saw something written there that triggers them to go somewhere else. So then they looked up ASICS shoes for runners. Now they realize, after pros and cons of ASICS, that not all ASICS are built for runners. And so they really just wanna look at ASICS shoes for runners. Like we're starting to get a little further down the funnel here. We're getting closer to what we're trying to get. So several minutes, right? That's pretty good dwell time. Clicks on shoewarehouse.net, maybe the article links there, and stays there for 2 minutes. They're maybe looking through a catalog of things. So user's third search, they went to searchwarehouse.com and they just said, forget it, let's just go to asics.com. So they type in a direct query, right? This is a direct query to asics.com. We're not gonna have really any cookie information, not that we would really have much anyway, because the way cookies work these days, but we're not gonna really see any data on how they got there. So this stuff, these first two searches, they're invisible to asics.com. All we see is a direct person that came directly on the website. So it's really important to have this informational query, this content out there at the top of the funnel where people aren't really ready to buy, because it causes people to jump down on your site where they are ready to buy and they've already done some research. So user stays here for a minute, and then they are like, okay, yeah, the price is a little higher than I want. Maybe there's some discount ASICS shoes. I know I want ASICS shoes. I'm gonna go back to Google and put in discount ASICS shoes. So they review the results and go to another online retailer. They're starting to be at the middle to bottom of the funnel. They're kind of trying to buy here. So best men's running shoes. All right, you know what? If I'm gonna spend money and it's gonna cost this much, what are the best running shoes? Because really that's what I want. User clicks on runnersworld.com, stays there for 12 minutes. Turns out ASICS Kayano 5 is listed as one of the best. And again, it's informational, it's vetting, it's word of mouth from rankings, like having content out there that's winning for what these people that are potential buyers are looking at. And even though that information isn't converting, it's still a part of the user journey. So they look up ASICS Kayano 5 clearly. If I look this up, I'm probably trying to buy it or learn more about it. So query is now transactional. User goes to another retailer's website, stays there 23 minutes, makes a purchase. Top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, top of the middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. How did they get here? We don't know. How did they journey this way? We don't know where they went. But we do know that people are going to research in informational. They're going to make comparisons. We have to have high-end content that wins for those really top of the funnel. Impression loads may have high bounce rates. They probably read it, went right back out to Google and bounced, probably had a high bounce rate, but guess what? It turned into a purchase for ASICS shoes. And if you're an ASICS retailer, well, this whole process for ASICS brand worked. So who gets clicked on? The first page of the SERPs is where all the clicks are at. Obviously, page 2 is the wastelands. For the first organic results, 28.5%. Now, you're not gonna tell Google to be position 1, 2, and 3, but the money is at position 1, 2, and 3. And certainly it takes time to get there. And so that's why you wanna start working on the authority of your site, start building content that people can link to and share, and they can link to from their articles, and you can do press releases, and you just have to start building your footprint. You have to build that link graph, right? You eventually are at the bottom of the link graph, you don't exist. And the people at the top for ASICS will probably be asics.com, Wikipedia, things like that. And so where are we in that link graph? We wanna slowly link out and have these other things in this industry linked to us so that we can grow and climb up that link graph. So all of the clicks, 1 through 3, page 1, 0, no people go to page 2. That's really how people search. If you need to, go back and watch that. If not, I'll see you in the next module.